All right, all right, all right. Give it a second. Let me refresh the feed on my side. All right. Let's see. Let me see. It's not wanting to work. Hello, 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 everybody. Hope everybody's doing well today. Let me see. All right. All right, all right. Hello, 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 everybody. Hope we're all doing good today. All righty, everybody. So it looks like we're going to go into the game. This is going to be the X Circuit Qualifier, and this one's going to be located. This one's going to be at Phenomenal Games. Shout out to them for hosting this event for us, giving us the venue. Number of players today is going to be 10 players, and we're playing a game of standard. So looks like we have, and set 9 is legal, so we're going to be rocking out. Looks like we have what looks to be Genesis versus Harluru. Two brand new decks coming out of this, or well, one brand new deck, one updated deck coming out of this new set that we're in that we didn't get to play for BCS Duluth. So this will be the first showcase of what these decks can do on a big screen. So we shall see how we shall see what's going on. All right, so it looks like he's going to be riding the grade. He's going to play the order for Heart Luru, which is going to be the toy order. Let me get that pulled up. Ooh, and an over trigger. Okay. Yes, I am live. So it looks like we've got a. So it looks like Hard Lure is going to be activating the toy order again, and then he's going to be flipping the grade 2. Sorry about all this. We're having technical difficulties and all kinds of stuff today. So I do want to apologize for everybody watching the stream and seeing me kind of like looking and doing all kinds of stuff because we're trying to figure everything out. So he is going to be calling the grade 2. That one does, when it restands, it does gain a crit. So that is one of the best cards in that deck. And it's one of the scariest rear guards. You want to try to deal with it very early. And then he's gonna, looks like he soul charged one off of the order as well. So Heart Lure is very good at being very solid at being a very good rush deck. So it's gonna be very good into like a lot of these slower decks that want to take a few turns to get set up, and it normally just tries to punch face on grade 2 as quickly as it can. So let's see how Minerva actually kind of handles that. We'll see how it can kind of bounce back from that. All right. There we go. There we go. Where I got everything pulled up. I have chat pulled up now. Okay. Okay. I do apologize about the technical difficulties, but this is the beginning of round 1, and for those who just turning in, it was it was it's a 10-person tournament right now, and this is the beginning of round 1, so we're gonna see how this rolls out. Looks like Minerva's gonna get the ride up and gonna go into, and it's gonna find the Genesis. It's gonna find the grade 4 Minerva, I believe, or is that the Ace unit? I think that is the Ace unit actually. So he's gonna get the Scry. CB1, he's going to Soul Blast the Fire Regardless to put it in drop, and then he's going to, I believe, draw a card, and what will he do after that? All right. Looks like he's gonna put the cat in the soul. You can check top two. Getting these getting deck logs pulled up for both of these, so that way I can actually see cards and see effects and everything like that to make sure everything's going well and going proper. Alrighty, so he's coming in with the Minerva swing. Will the Heart Luru player decide to do anything here? No guarding. However, will resolve the heal. Heals the Coco into the drop. Second check. No trigger on the Minerva player. So we've got one. That's good enough. That's good enough to be able to push damage through. Yep. So he's gonna be guarding with Block Horse. And then if his order zone has a Toys Are Made for Children, it gets plus 5k. And then it has intercept, and it can intercept from the back row if it's specifically on the back row right circle. There's the guard. And swinging at the toy. Hmm. Swinging swinging at the Blavey loss, which is he's gonna let it go, which is one of the he did manage to put one into the soul. So that is gonna be a very big like difference for that. Because that is one of the best rear guards in this deck is that rear guard because it does restand and gain a crit. So it does make a very big difference. It helps rack up that high damage, especially after the way the deck wants to is it wants to put your opponent at high damage super early because it's a rush deck. It just looks like this player hasn't had a great time finding pieces and finding rear guards to be able to call to swing with. So we shall see how this is going to work. Yep, there's the riding into it. He's looking at the grade one from the ride deck. Yes, because the thing about Heart Luru is all of the rear guards have to go in specific board positions. If they're not in those specific board positions, they don't gain their effects. So you have to monitor where you're calling things and where you're placing and everything like that. And it's a very, I don't want to say technical deck, but it's a very like you actually have to kind of think about your placings, and you can't just call stuff to make columns. You actually have to like actually think about where you're putting things. Yes, so looks like yep. Here comes the big the fire breathing T Rex toy. Here comes the Blavey Loss. Blavey Loss he just added back to his hand. Yep. And here comes the Nutcracker. That is the Sparkly Bunny. Two Sparkly Bunnies, as a matter of fact. Um, so unfortunately, the one in the back row right is not going to gain its effect, but the one in the back row left will. The Sparkly Bunny, when placed on rearguard, if your order zone has toys are made for children, look at the top three cards of your deck. Choose up to one card from among them, put it into your soul, then shuffle your deck. And while it is in the back row left center or back row left rearguard circle, when your happy toy is in the same column as this unit stands by your card's ability, you may stand this unit. If you stand it at the end of turn, this unit gets retired. So it is a restanding booster if it is in the back row left, which a lot of times you're going to put it behind the Blavey Loss because the Blavey Loss has to be in the front row left to get the crit. So with that having to be in the front row left to get the crit, that means that it's going to be able to do a lot of that's like your columns. Yep, and here comes the rearguard swing. That one I actually trying to think what that card is because I can't. I think that one is the giant fluffy, which is in the front row right. When it's placed on rearguard, Soul Blast 2, choose the toys are made for children from a drop zone or face-up damage zone. Put it in your hand. If you put it in your if you put it from your damage zone, put the top card of your deck into your damage zone. When this unit stands by the ability of your grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Heart Luru in its card name until the end of turn, this unit gets during the battle this attacked. When your opponent would call cards from hand, they must call 2 or more, and it gains 10k power. So that means it's going to have a battle door effect, it's going to have 10k power, and it's going to be able to swing, and it's going to swing for a pretty beefy number. The only thing that you need to worry about is, and we shall see if he stands that rear guard. We shall see if he stands that rear guard. If he stands the sparkly bunny behind the giant fluffy. I think he's actually going to try to stand that sparkly bunny because he's not swinging. Because uh-oh. Oh, here we go. Vanguard is going to be swinging. Is going to CB1. Yep, he is going to stand. He is going to stand the dragon, and unfortunately, he didn't boost earlier, which is what he should have done. But we're going to see an Elementaria come down, and he's going to pitch the grade 4 Minerva. Looks like there's a draw trigger. Second check, no trigger. Doesn't Heart Lure gain a drive? He's supposed to get another drive. Uh-oh. There's the other drive. Yep, there's the heal. I'm still trying to figure that out. I'm trying to figure out what the Heart Lure player is doing. I assume it's because new deck, people are trying out new decks that they wanted to bring it into this tournament because they heard it was good, but some people didn't get a lot of reps on the deck. So yeah, I assume that is what is happening. Remember, Vanguard players, always read your cards. Alrighty, looks like Minerva is going into their turn. Will they be activating they did pitch one of the grade 4 Minervas. So I just want to keep in mind, I want to keep in mind to everybody, if you're watching this stream, the from their perspective, I don't know what happened with we've been having technical difficulties all day. The stream is actually flipped vertically. So the dragon is in the left column and the giant fluffy is in the right column. It is those rear guards are placed correctly. It's just why he's activating, I don't know. But they are placed. Those front row rear guards are placed in the positions that they do need to be to get their effects. Again, we've just been having technical difficulties today, and that's why the stream started late. So just bear with us. We're gonna fix it, like between rounds and get all that situated. We do apologize. Yeah, misplaying. We're I'm trying to catch it as much as I can. I appreciate y'all giving me the call outs and letting me know. Um, because again, sometimes we don't catch everything. Yep, here comes the triple drive. Giant Fluffy needs to be on the right for its effect, and then the dragon needs to be on its left. But again, the camera, y'all's view of the camera is flipped vertically. So it looks like it looks like it's flipped, like they're in the wrong spots, but they're in their proper positionings. We're gonna try to get that fixed whenever we after this match and when we go to between the rounds. Yep, here comes the Minerva back onto the Vanguard circle and the pass. There's the Persona ride. Draw one. He's gonna call over with the bunny. Yep, bunny will check top three. You are very welcome. And again, we're gonna try to get this fixed. It's just we've been having technical difficulties, so I do apologize. Looks like he's gonna put the amethystis in the soul. Yes. So as of right now, the only Sparkle Bunny that will be able to restand is going to be the one behind the dragon, behind the Blavey loss. Yes, and I just got an update from our TO that this tournament will be a 4-round tournament, and it will be best of 3. And again, for the people who are new here, there's going to be the top 2 players will get an invite to the qualifier or for the finals championship, and the championship will be held at a later date in the quarter of next year. It is to be announced, but it will be. There's going to be a big prize pot. There's going to be big turnout, like big show out. We're going to try to make it a big event. So be sure to stay tuned to Battle Core social media, and be sure to stay tuned to Battle Core social medias, whether it be Facebook, whether it be Twitter, whether it be YouTube, all that stuff. And you'll see the announcements go out for it, and you'll be able to tell where it's at and how it's going to be and what's going to be going on. All right, let's see what this hard lure player is going to do. That rearguard, I actually don't know what rearguard that is. That's a new artwork to me. Looks like the shark. Yep. Yep. That's the coaster shark. Yep. At the end of battle, that this unit attacked the rearguard front or right. If your opponent has a toys are made for children, and this unit was placed on rearguard from soul this turn, soul blast one and stand this unit. So it's tidal assault. Yep. There's the dragon swinging. I don't understand why he's not boosting with the dragon or with the sparkle bunny on the dragons, because the sparkle bunny is gonna restand with the dragon. So I don't understand why he's not to just make better columns. But hey, I can't coach these people. All right, so Heart Lure swinging. He does have only three. So it's going to be choose rearguard, stand at plus 10k, and then three or more. This unit gets plus 5k, and if your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3, it's going to gain a drive. So it's going to get triple drive here, and then triple drive Fluffy. There's the crit. Where's he going to give it to? There's the perfect guard on the dragon on the Blavey loss. And then the shark is going to swing. And 3 cards guard that one. Alright, it's going to go back into Minerva's turn. Let's see if the Minerva player can clutch it out here. Right, looks like he's going to ride into the grade 4 Minerva. Oh, is the audio gone? Can can you hear anything that I'm saying right now, chat? Can you hear anything that I'm saying right now, chat? Anything at all? Ooh, and that just brightened up a lot. Ew. Again, we do apologize. We're fixing out the bugs as we go. All right, here comes the Vanguard swing. First check, no trigger. Second check, no trigger. Third check, heal trigger. Oof, this is a big healing game. Why he gave the power there, I'm not sure. Oh yeah, it's the effect. Yeah, sorry, I thought he gave the power there. It's the effect that he's activating. So it looks like he's going to activate the effect of Coco. Yep. And that is the end of a very scuffed game one. Yes. So it looks like players are going to shuffle up for game two. And we shall see what is going on. Looks like Heart Luru is going to be going first. Our Luru's going to search out the. It's going to search out the Toys Are Made for Children order. Yep. So he's going to play the Toys Are Made for Children. And if your Vanguard is a Happy Toys, or you have a grade 3 Greater Vanguard with Heart Lure in this name, this card gets all of the following. When this card is put into the order zone, look at the top 5, choose 2 toys, reveal them, choose 1 card from among the reveal cards, put it in your hand, put the rest of the reveal cards into Soul. Shuffle your deck. And then act order zone. Rest 2 cards of the same card name as this card from your order zone. Choose up to 1 Happy Toys from your drop and put it into your Soul. Looks like the players are discussing what is going on. Yes. Yep. There's a damage check into the PG. Here comes the ride into the shark. Yep. Shark is going to reveal Heart Lure in the ride deck, and then it's going to search for another Toys Are Made for Children. Looks like the Minerva's going to ride into the grade 2. 2 cards are going to go from top 5 into Soul. Looks like one of them was a grade 4 Minerva. And we're going to swing Vanguard. Checks a crit. All right. Harluru's going to go to 3. And then they're going to heal back down to 2. All right. So it looks like player's going to ride into Heart Luru. Is he going to be able to find that third order? Because that's going to be the big thing for the rest of the game is finding that third and fourth order. Because if you find the fourth, you get 2 restands. If you find the third, you get your triple drive. Yep, looks like here comes the giant Fluffy and the shark again. Or not the shark, the Blavilos. Sorry. Looks like he's not gonna play the giant Fluffy. What is he going to do here? Looks like he's actually just gonna call the grade 1 and 2. Looks like he mistakenly took a damage thinking he was swinging into Vanguard. But looks like we're having to rewind game state a little bit here, guys. Yep, there's the damage. Now the Heart Luru is gonna swing. First check, second check. Damage check, no trigger. Here comes the dragon. Looks like Minerva's going to go to 4 and then check a heal, go back down to 3. All right, here comes the grade 3 Minerva. I'll let him scry. Looks like that is the Ace unit, I believe. Yep, that's gonna be. I think that's gonna be the Ace unit. Energy Blast 3, top 5, call 1. All right, he's gonna go straight into the grade 4 Minerva, and then he's gonna swing the rear. He's gonna swing the Vivini. If you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Minerva and a third name, this cost can be paid with Energy Blast 3. And this unit is placed on rearguard from hand. If you have a Vanguard with only Genesis, CB1, draw a card, choose a card from your drop, put it in the soul. When your grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Minerva and its card name attacks, if your Vanguard did not stand by a card's ability this turn, CB1 stand this unit and it gets +5. And here come the drive checks. First check, no trigger. Second check, no trigger. Third check, no trigger. Ooh, and defensive draw. Defensive draw from the Heart Luru player. Restand, swing again. 4 blanks. Wow. That's crazy. A heal from the Heart Luru player going down to 4. This is wild. Can Heart Luru come back from this? Let's see if he can actually close it out. I think closing this game out is going to be very difficult. But then again, the Minerva player did just hit 4 blanks, so shield value is probably not that present in the hand. So if you can make some big columns, that's what matters. If he's gonna add the toys. If there's his third order. He's double checking the wording on the order. You can only grab toys from this order. It looks like he's gonna grab the. Looks like he's gonna grab the block horse. Here comes the sparkly bunny checking top three. See if Heartluru can try to push for game here. Sorry, guys, just messaging the TO right now. All right, Heartluru getting the last swing with the dragon. There's the perfect guard. All right, let's see. Goes to Minerva. Can Minerva close this game out now? Yep, there's the grade 4 Minerva going into Soul. And there's the kitty cat. Moving 2 cards from the ride deck. It's a call. Yep, here comes. Looks like he's gonna call. Is he gonna call the surgeon or is he gonna call a crit trigger? What's he gonna call here? Yep. There's the $40 triple rare out of this latest set. Yay! Thank you, Keter Package. It's gonna bind the Minerva. All right. There's the swing. That just means Minerva's not getting a lot of rear guards, I don't think. Nope. We're gonna go CB1. It's gonna get a restand after this. Front trigger. Crit trigger. All effects to the Vanguard. And an over trigger. Gotta love it. You get that drive check anyway, big dog. You hit it, you hit it. Okay. So we just got word from our TO that players have now entered turns. The Minerva player is turn 0. So the Heart Lure player will proceed to be turn 1. Top three. He's putting a crit. He's putting a crit to soul. Okay. So clarification on time rules. Time rules for this tournament will be at the end of time. It will be 0, 1, 2, 3. It will be turns, and then at the end of turn. So, like, say for this game, for instance, we're on game 2. The winner of game 1 will take the match. If the game isn't decided in these 3 turns. But if the winner is decided, they will start in turns in the next game. And then whoever wins that game, if there's no winner decided within those first turns, then we will see if there's no winner determined in those turns in the next game, it will end in a draw. And then obviously it is settled by first in damage. All right, looks like Heart Luger's going to be swinging Persona Ride plus that. And he's going to guard with double front, putting him up to 73. 73 on a triple drive. What? You gotta love it. Players don't read their cards, or when I don't read their cards. Yep, there's the triple drive. He keeps doing twin and then stopping and then doing another drive check. All right. So he's going to pass. Looks like it's going to go to turn 2. Minerva going to do her thing. Why is he picking up all of his rears? Looks like that's going to be the end of the game. It's rough. Now let's see. Are we going to go into game 3? I don't believe so, but we may. Minerva wins. All right, all right, all right. What's going on, everybody? Again, my name is Marshall, and I'm with Main Deck Masters and Kingslayer Cards, and I'm here helping out Battle Core with their commentary for today. We're gonna be, again, like I said, sorry about the technical difficulties. We will get all of that fixed. We're ironing out everything. We just had a couple hiccups before the start of the stream, but we got it all. We're gonna be getting it all situated. So in today's tournament, it is a X Series qualifier. So as you know, as of the last one, there is going to be 4 rounds, and top 2 is going to receive invites for the finals that is going to be located in the northeast of the United States. The whoever gets the whoever has their invites will be a compete for a big prize pot and be able to play on a big stage. That's the whole game. That's the whole plan. So I'm gonna get exact details and everything for you guys in a minute. So, but yes, as we just seen, these were 2 decks, Minerva and Heart Luru. These decks were just come out of the last booster set, just came out last week. These decks are kind of crazy. Heart Luru especially can be absolutely bonkers when it gets a chance to pop off and actually like do what it needs to do. It's absolutely crazy. So we're going to be going into round 2. Looks like at the end of that game, the Minerva player ended up winning the game. So the Minerva player ended up winning that game. So with the Minerva player winning, that means he's going to be going X1, and I will check on the. Yep. So we had. Yep. Yep. Checking on it. We have a total of 10 players for the entire tournament. So not that big, but still big enough. Big enough for what we needed to be. And we will be getting everything again. We're going to be getting everything situated because I know there was some confusion about the Heart Lure players' board positionings. It was proper board positionings. I was making sure of that. But we will be getting it fixed for y'all's point of view. It just something happened with OBS and it was getting flipped around, and yeah. So we're gonna get that all situated for you guys, and we're gonna be good on that end. And again, I do just want to apologize for all the technical difficulties. I sincerely am sorry. But we're gonna be going to. Looks like players are gonna be getting set up for round 2, and this is definitely gonna be an exciting time because with the Bavsaga restrictions now in effect, and plus this new set, we're getting a couple of new decks. Sorry for the yawn. We're getting a couple of new decks introduced for the new metagame, so it's gonna shift up the metagame a little bit. So we're gonna have hopefully we're gonna see more than just Bavsaga, and because I know as someone from my team league in Duluth, my team league run, I am sick to death of that deck. I fought five of them throughout all of Swiss, and it wasn't a great time. So, and I was playing Blankmeyer, so it was not a great time. So we'll see how this is gonna shape up into the next players. Let's see if we can spot what kind of decks these guys are gonna be on. Looks like another Minerva, maybe, perhaps? Looks like it's going to be another Minerva. Alrighty. So we just got an announcement from RTO. One second, and I will come up with the announcement. All right. So this just in from our TO. The info for the next round from the host. From the host, it is going to be there is going to be additional $100 in store credit will be added to the prize pot. 20% discount for your next purchase. One sealed box raffle of festival, and then they will be having a sealed box raffle for Festival Booster 2025. And that is all going to be added into the prize pot for this tournament. Looks like it's shaping up to be pretty good. Shout out to the tournament. Shout out to the location. You guys are great. Phenomenal games coming in with the heat. I like that. I like that they're helping everything out and they're adding to the pot. That's awesome. So shout out to you guys. If anybody's in the area in the area of like New York, Philly-ish area, be sure to check them out. Look them up. All right. We're trying to get all the lighting and everything situated. So we're just making sure that you guys can see everything and that everything is all mapped out perfectly for you guys. Because last thing we want is for you not to be able to see anything and it to be causing issues for you guys. Excuse me for 1 second, guys. Just gotta show this. All right. Looks like players are going to be taking. All right. Just sent a message to the TO. Players are going to be going to the bathroom, making sure that they're good to go. Looks like we have. I can't tell anything by those sleeves. I don't even know. Judging by the looks of it, it looks like some ninja stuff. So maybe Shoujo Doji, but anybody can put any sleeves on any deck. So we'll see. All right. But again, guys, while everything is getting set up and getting ready for round two, be sure to check out Battle Core. They have an online store, they have social medias. Be sure to check out everything they got down there. Be sure to check out me and my crew over at Main Deck Masters and my family at Kingslayer Cards. Be sure to check us out. We got tons of stuff that you need. If you need pre-orders for singles, if you need pre-orders for singles, be sure to check out Kingslayer Cards. You need sealed product, check them out. If you need all that stuff, by all means, go to the website, get it ordered. Tell them Marshall sent you, and then you'll be good. then also, if you're looking for some Gundam content, if you're looking for Vanguard content, if you're looking for all kinds of different card game content, be sure to check out my crew at Main Deck Masters. We're gonna be pumping out a lot more content moving forward, and we're gonna be hopefully hooking everything up, getting everything all good to go for you guys and your viewing pleasure, so that way we can give you guys some nice content. So looks like our players have seated back down, and looks like they're gonna go to their post mulligan. All right, so we're just waiting on time beginning round to start. All right, so looks like we have it's either going to be Shoujo Doji or Tamayura, and it's going to be into another Minerva. And there's the Virilga, there's a Vergila starter. Draw one, pitches the Twin Cast. That's great. That's a great turn one pitch. Calls the Shenri, swings the Shenri. That's going to be 21. Checks a crit. Ooh. 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 That's rough. Yep. Pitches the Biscotti to ride to grade 2. He's going to check top 5, add 2 grade 4 Minervas into the soul. Ooh. Draw a card. Just swing for a nice little 10. Ooh, and he returns with a crit of his own, but it was guarded. And look, in other circles known as Dragon Paladins, because that's literally how this deck plays. Is it plays like a Paladin clan, but it is in Dragon Empire. Yep, and there comes the 15k attacker, 15k attacker, and 15k guard. But I think this now means that Vanguard now gets a crit if I am confirming. All right, all right, all right. Looks like he's all right. So Minerva's gonna be swinging. What are we seeing Minerva do here? All right. All right. Looks like he's going to pitch the grade three. He's going to ride into Vergila. And it's actually kind of great in a deck in a sea of going first decks. When your deck wants to go second, you do a great job. All right, is he has the rewrite in hand. Let's see if he activates rewrite. Yep, there's the rewrite. Not calling a full board first though, which is kind of interesting. Yep, he's gonna grab the grade three, and he's gonna grab the order. Yep, there's the rewrite, calling the rear guard back. Swinging the rear guards. All right. Yep, there's the Shenri going to soul, drawing a card. Swinging the rear guard again. And again. What I tell you guys, it's just all it is Blaster Blade. That's all it is. It's Mordred. He never left. Looks like Minerva's calling down the Ace unit. He's going to get a top 5 search. All right. Ace unit's going to flip that grade 2 onto the board. That grade 2 is going to be able to restand. He has four open CB, so he's going to be able to do whatever the heck he wants. All right, looks like he's going to go into his rewrite, the grade 4 Minerva. He's going to put the Elementaria into Soul. Ooh, I don't know about that one, Chief. Yeah, but PG's PG, and that deck, that Dragon Empire deck gets big. All right, so it looks like Minerva's gonna get to swinging. Virgo's gonna guard with the. Is that the promo? I don't think that's the promo. Where's the other rear guard swinging? And he's gonna be able to stand both of them. Vanguard's gonna swing now. Yep, there's the Counterblast 1, Soul Blast 3. He's using all his CV this turn, I guess. He's like, I was given 4, I'm gonna use 4. So let's see if he can do some damage here. Here comes the big Minerva swing. First check, heal. Resolves the heal, puts the Fire Regardless in the drop. Ooh, that's kind of big. Second check, grade 4. Third check, Angel. Crit trigger. All effects to the Vanguard. Oh man. Vanguard swinging again. He heals again. Oh my lord. Or does he not? Yeah, he does. He heals again. Hitting that double heal is critical in this match. Holy. That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. Hitting a double heal and resolving it. Man. That's gonna be a game changer. Vergila just lost all of its tempo. And the rewrite goes to damage. Heal and then defensive roar to put the heal back into his hand. Oh baby. All right. So we're gonna see Vergila hit the Persona ride. Yep, there's the rewrite. He's going to find the grade 3. And what's going to be crazy is this deck is already really good, and it's getting a trial deck in a week. So it's getting a whole new set of support in a week. This is going to be absolutely bonkers. And we're also going to be getting another good deck in that set, with the other trial deck that's going to be coming out named Astashion. Astashion is going to be a really good Stoicheia deck, and it's going to be a really good beatdown deck. So for those interested in picking up these two new decks, they're actually going to be really good meta-wise. So they're going to be in very good spots in the meta, and doesn't need a lot to make them good. So I would highly recommend picking up these trial decks that are coming out next week. All right, yep, there's the order. Oh, he's going to shuffle that away anyway. Yep, there's the grade 1 restanding booster. Vanguard is absolutely massive. Call over the H unit with the grade 1. Alright, and we're going to go into the battle phase. Hitting that double heal last turn is going to let him take some damage here. There's the double front trigger to guard that. Perfect guard to guard the Vanguard. First check, second check, third check, heal. He does resolve it. He's going to put the order into the drop. Alright, here's a big rear guard. And it looks like Minerva's going to go to 5 and then heal off 1. That's a third heal that has resolved this game. And you could see the Vergila players. He's like, "Come on, man, what do I got to do?" He's like, "He keeps healing." Looks like he's going to go into Minerva's turn. Yep, and here comes the grade 4. Grade 4 is going to put a copy of it in his soul. Looks like we got plus 15 to the front row from 10 from Persona, 5 from the Vanguard. Or plus 10 from, not from Persona, from the effect of the grade 4, and then plus 15. All right. Triple drive, first check crit. Come on, boy. All effects to the Vanguard. Do it. Yes. Another crit. All right. He's going to activate the effect of the Angel. Uh, Looks like he isn't going to activate the effect. He's going to swing Vanguard. This time it has a crit. I think this is 48, if I believe. Oh, he's having a hard guard it. No trigger. Here comes the rear guard without a crit. He's There's the Shenry. All right, second. The swing has a crit with it. Is he gonna take it or is he gonna try to guard it? Yep. Looks like he's Vergila's gonna go to 5, double crit. Oh, oh, oh. You hate to see it on the last drive. Or on the last, you hate to see it on the last attack. Checking all those defenses. Yep, he's gonna energy blast. He's gonna call. He's gonna call the 15K. He's gonna bind that. Yep, there's a grade 1, CV1, top 5, top 7, nothing. He countercharges though. I think it looks like he's digging for his rewrite. He doesn't have his rewrite in hand. He's still digging for it, but he found it. And here comes the rewrite. Here comes the new order. We'll find that top 7 grade one again. They're all going to gain power, though. All right, we're going to combat. Damage check, no trigger. All right, now we're on to 5, no triggers. He's going to guard it. Stay on the board. Go, Mordred. Shout out to all my V premium players. Well, hello to you, small child. And looks like he's going to check a crit off the drive. We're going to go to game 2. All right, all right, all right. All righty. Looks like we're going to game two. All right. Regila is actually going first, which is actually good for the Minerva player because the Minerva player's deck turns on when they go second, but then the Regila player's deck turns on when they go second. So forcing them to go first is kind of rough for Regila because then they have a very standard turn. Minerva's gonna hit the grade 3. Yep, here comes a grade 4. All right, grade 2 is gonna swing. Yep, the clear magic Vivini. All right, Minerva's gonna swing. It's gonna restand the rear. And Minerva's gonna get a restand after this. Heal resolves the heal. Power that rear guard. Second check crit. All effects to Vanguard. And then, ooh, ooh, second, third. Right. Ooh, this Regila player's having a rough game. Oh my. Oh my. Oh, this is rough. This is absolutely rough. This is rough to watch. Here comes the Great Foreman over again. I don't think the Vergila player is going to be able to live this turn. I honestly don't think so. The PG may help, but this is going to be rough. He's got a decent chunk of shield in his hand. He just doesn't have any offense. But if he doesn't have any offense, it doesn't matter. Great Force coming. Dog, you just PG here, man. Don't risk it. He checks an OT, you die. My brother. You're going to defensive roll your heal back. Brother. There's a crit. Crit. Oh. Triple trigger. You should have PG. My brother, no. No. Oh, that's rough. That was rough, man. That was rough. No. We may be going to game 3? I don't think so, but man, looks like I'm never gonna ride 2 is gonna put a biscotti and a cocoa into Soul. Gonna call the cocoa. We're gonna see a little bit of rush from the Minerva player. Oh, and a front. Oh, and a heel to go off. Unfortunately, doesn't heal, but the front and the heel negate each other. But and another front. Yep, turns over. What is the reveal gonna find? He's just revealed his opponent. Yeah, there's 4 grades and a grade 1. Check reveals grade 2, 15K. Shenry's gonna draw. All right, Minerva's gonna get the ride up. All right, all right. Sorry about the mic issues. Just realized that it was going on, and we got it fixed. Hopefully, we got it fixed. Looks like Minerva's going to call down the ace unit. What's it going to call? All right. Are we going to see? Yep, there we go. Minerva's going to swing. All right. We're going to swing. I think this is 21 or 31. It may be bigger. So 40. Dog. All effects of Vanguard. Oh my god. This Minerva player is just destroying. He broke the 2 to pass. Lord. All right. Yep, looks like he's going to ride to grade 3. He's going to add the defensive roar. Who cares if it's at 1? Who cares if it's at 1 when you can search it? He's going to bind the Coco. Honestly, I think you bind the restander, but that's just me. Here comes the rewrite. All right, rewrite's going to find the order in the grade 3. There's the order top 5. Double rewrite in the top 5. But he's going to grab the grade 1. That grade 1's going to let him get search top 7 for the rewrite. He's going to find the rewrite for next turn. Yep, and there's the grade 1 booster. And we're going to get to swinging. Grade 3 swing guard. Grade 2 swing with a boost. 23-33. I believe. Power to Vanguard. No guard on the rewrite. He checked 1 crit. And he's going to give it to... Where's he going to give the power to? He's going to give the power to the grade 2. 2 damage. No triggers. Front trigger's going to guard the grade 3. He's punching into the rear. He's going to sanctitude that rear guard. Ooh. Looks like Minerva's going to activate the fire regardless from drop. Like he's going to call the Angel from the new set. Looks like Rigard's going to swing. Acian's going to attack. And we're going to swing the restander. Just trying to force cards out of hand at this point. He's going to use that twin cast he pitched. Minerva's going to count West 1, so West 3. It's going to get the restand. It's going to restand that rear guard. And that rear guard's going to get called because it got soul blasted. Drive check, blank, blank. It's going to get power there. Restand, swing again. Guards with the over trigger. It's a crit, gives it to the rear. Yep. Perfect guard. He's only got the rewrite in hand. Draws for the turn. What does he draw? Now you bind the grade 2. There you go. There's the rewrite. There's a grade 3 in the order. There's a grade 3. There's the order. Top 5. What do we find? We find another puffball. Did he just move that rear guard? Did he move it horizontally? I think he just moved that rear guard horizontally. I don't think that card is supposed to be there. The one behind his Vanguard. Okay. So that grade 1 is not supposed to be there? Okay. Okay. Is the card he drew. My mistake. I was about to be like, I don't think that's supposed to be there. But it's the card he drew off of the effect. All right, swinging drive checks front. PG blank 6 damage. No trigger. That's game. Alrighty, everybody. To everybody watching at home, we're actually after this round, we're going to be taking an intermission in between rounds because we're actually going to get a secondary commentator in here on the game. It's going to be Mr. Logan Johnson from Kingslayer from Team Kingslayer Cards. He made top 8 at this last Duluth event in this past weekend. So we're gonna be getting him in here on commentary. That way, it's a little bit more not just me. So, but with that being said, we will be going to intermission.